It was such a good idea, apparently, that some folks over at a festival in Gates over the weekend decided it was too good to keep secret. And they announced that they are going to try to make a permanent Little Italy in the town of Gates. Joining us now to talk about this idea and how it might benefit the community, Gates Town Supervisor Mark Assini. Mark, good to see you.
Good to see you, too. Thank you for having me.
Of course. So,
well,
it got out there.
That was a little premature, and we Italians have such pride and such energies that sometimes things can't stay inside us. They bubble up, and
right.
The organizer of the Little Italy Festival just let that out in the middle of the festival over the microphone. So here we are.
Here we are. And so it's true. This is an idea that's on the table right now.
Yes. There's some real interesting stats that I think will give people an understanding of why we're looking at this. There are nearly 140,000 Italian Americans, according to the National Italian American Foundation, who took census data. We have one of the highest percentages of Italian Americans in Monroe County. Right here in the country, we're in the top 30. So there is a very rich Italian American culture and a number of Italian Americans. The bottom line is that converts to purchasing power. Any community that's able to tap into that is going to have a huge economic advantage.
And you are perhaps going to partner with a company out west that specializes in this?
Yeah, there's a company called New City America. The head of the New City America company is Mark Assini, and he's done this in a number of communities around the country, including San Diego, which has had great success, not only with the culture, but also economically. And that's really what it's about. It's about jobs and bringing dollars to the community. And this may do it. It really will. We have so many different bakeries. You know, I could list them off, whether it's, and I'll probably miss a few, Sevastanos, Marticellos, Calabricellas. We have so many different Italian restaurants, whether it's Fiamma, whether it's Agatina's, Papa Joe's, Valencia's. I mean, the list goes on and on. We have the Italian American Community Center for the County of Monroe here in Gates. We have the Italian American Sports Club that's right here in the town of Gates. They have luncheons where they get several hundred people every other week. It is known around the county among Italian Americans as basically the Little Italy of Monroe County.
Well, and Mark, that was what I was thinking when I was reading about this. It's kind of Little Italy already. So what needs to be done? Is this a marketing campaign, or is there actually construction involved?
Well, a little of both. If you look at the San Diego model, that's exactly what happened. They had an infrastructure of similar to Gates, different Italian shops and bakeries and restaurants, et cetera, specialty stores. And what they did is they tried to consolidate them into one area as best they can.
Okay.
The concern that I have in doing this is I do not want to impact other businesses. I want to enhance them.
Okay.
So having that in mind, we'd like to try as best we can to get them in one section and make it an experience for people that come to Gates, that they know if we went to such and such a place, it's Little Italy. We can go shop there for imports, we can go grab a bite to eat, or we can get our favorite espresso, our favorite Italian wine, et cetera, et cetera. And again, with 140,000 Italian Americans in Monroe County, that would be a huge economic advantage.
So right now, correct me if I'm wrong, it's a little spread out. So the idea is bring some together so you might have some of these restaurants, some of these bakeries moving then?
Well, that's the idea, is to try to consolidate them. Yes, absolutely.
Any location?
We do have a couple of locations in mind, and I think as time goes on, because there's a lot of work and a lot of research that we have to do yet, we'll talk more about it, and we'll bring this to the public, and the public can give us some feedback. But this would be a huge economic advantage. We'd have a very big competitive advantage against other communities.
Do you know who would pay for this yet?
That's what we'll have to look at. Certainly in the case of San Diego, they actually had grants. They had business people that invested in those buildings. And any developer that has empty space would be excited about the fact that they would have the opportunity to fill that space. So you're going to get a lot of excitement and investment from the business community. All
right. Mark, thank you for coming in on such short notice. We actually called him over the weekend when we heard the news, and you were willing to come on. So thankful for that.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
All right. Grazie.
Ciao.
Ciao, ciao. Coming up, how your morning cup of coffee or cafe can help create an interesting new art form. We'll talk with the organizers of the Eco Art Challenge about this week's new feature.